This one's a little tricky, okay? And it can get messy if you're not using different colors. We're going to flip this over. So that means A is going to go this way, B is going to go that way, C is going to go that way, and D is going to come this way. So try to visualize what's going to happen before you start working. So I'm going to start with point A. You know what? Let's just extend this right now. I can already see I'm going to need to. So I'm going to extend that. Point A and do my arc. And now same distance on either side. A should be over here somewhere. And there we go. So there is A prime. Okay. I'm going to move D too. I'll just take care of this side first and I'll go over to the other side. And down here, D should be down there somewhere. Make sure I'm using the right segment. This is why colors are good. You don't want to get the wrong segment or wrong intersection point. And there's going to be D prime. Now to get C and B, what might make life a little easier? Flip my paper upside down, okay? Because then I'm working in the same direction, okay? You don't have to. Some people don't like to do that. They like to keep their paper right side up. It doesn't matter. But this way here, at least now I can see everything moving the same way. Oops, almost had the wrong point. There we go. So there's B prime. And last one is C. Nope, got to extend that line out that way a little bit. And there's C prime. And now when we connect the dots, we should have our image flipped over. So A prime, B prime to C prime to D prime, and D prime over to A prime. And again, you can check C prime to C. Hey, that's pretty perpendicular right there. B prime to B, same deal, pretty perpendicular. So that's a good way to check D and D prime, a good way to check to see how it works out. Okay, so there's doing the reflections. And if it looks like that, hey, who cares if the letter's upside down? No one does. Finding the line of reflection, hey, remember how easy that was? Lines of reflections are perpendicular bisectors. Now, obviously, going from C and C prime, that's a little tight there. So I'm going to use B and B prime. It doesn't matter which two you use. Use any two corresponding points. And then I'm going to draw my arcs. So here is the line of reflection. I'll put it in, you know what, let's use a fun color. Let's use this pencil color here. So my line of reflection is that line right there. Easy as that. I'm a little off, you can see. In fact, that's pretty bad, but I get the idea. If you got something like that, you're probably doing better than me. Let's see if I do better on this one. Okay, so let's try this one here. Again, I just need to get 2 points. You don't even need to draw the line in between. If I just want to say, let me take 2 corresponding points and just do the arcs. So here's one arc. I go to the other corresponding point, make the arc, and then connect the dots. So there we go. There's the line of reflection. And that's just using 2 corresponding points. I didn't need to put the segment in between. So that might help you out some. Okay, the other thing we talked about, we did reflections, we did lines of reflection, and we did translations. So let's take a look at a translation here. This one's not too hard because I'm moving from A prime. So remember, step 1, get the distance of your vector. So I'm going to do the distance of my vector in the blue pen here. So there's the distance, and I take that distance to each point. Make sure to try to visualize where the point is moving. Okay, I always go a little over, but I always visualize where is that point going. Okay, now we go from the beginning of the vector to each point. Now A prime's already moved. So beginning of vector to point B. Slide down the vector. Beginning of the vector to point C. Slide down the vector. So here's B prime and C prime. connect the dots, and we've got it. And I was very proud of how well you guys did this in class today. Whoops, slid a little bit. There you go. So let's try some more of those.